Welcome back to Real Geek Media. It is January 16, 2025. Happy New Year. This is our first go around at funny and weird news stories for 2025. I am Hayden Stoll. He's author Christopher Michael Blake. And without further ado, let's get weird.
Hayden, it sounds kind of kinky when you say that.
Thank you.
In a weird way, not a good way. It's like the creeper way. I'm just going to let you know that. I definitely would be hanging at a bus stop saying, let's get weird.
You
All
say
right?
that now.
Hey, I'm saying that all the time. All right. Hayden, as always, for those of you who aren't unaware, this is season 2 for us. So starting this on Real Geek Media. We cover weird news stories, but they're true. These are ripped from the actual headlines of the actual newspapers. We don't embellish these stories. We don't make them up. We talk about facts. Facts. So, Hayden, the first fact I have to ask is, have you ever seen a woman with 4-foot long fingernails?
4 feet?
4 feet. As long as her torso.
I mean, I've seen long, but 4 feet is bananas.
Oh, well, Bananas.
Correct, sir.
So a woman on TikTok has, again, I started off with this one because I thought this was because I had one question for this when I saw this article.
Oh,
It's from the New York Post. It says, my nails are 4 feet long, and there's always one weird thing everybody wants to know. There's only one question that I have. Only one.
I know where it is. I know.
Where's it at?
It's the bathroom.
Oh, absolutely. Is that not the first place your mind goes? Like, how do you do that?
I think it's a fair question.
So, Nails Brie on the app has 4-foot long fingernails. They're bejeweled acrylic nails.
Are they?
And she says that once you start wearing these long nails, you gain finger muscle, and they don't suddenly start to feel so heavy. In a video clip uploaded on January 3rd with 1.3 million views, the nail enthusiast explains her desire to have long nails with 156 charm attachments.
Oh. Charm bracelets are out. 4-foot long bejeweled nails are in.
Mariah, which is her name,
Mm-hmm.
brags about her abilities to do tasks such as cooking and taking care of her 4 children, including her newborn. But she says, y'all need to get your mind out of the gutter. Y'all act like you never heard of soap and water before. I have no problem going to the bathroom. I use a bidet.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I can't, if the bidet doesn't quite work, I kind of ask my sister to help me clean myself. I don't know if she means underneath her nails or her backside. Because apparently some of the people on TikTok were kind of questioning the hygiene on some of these nails. One user wrote, "What was the brown underneath the fingernails?"
Yeah, that's a big yikes.
Another one was like, "Is that doo-doo?"
Pull no punch.
And another one said, "We listen and we judge." Yes.
Well, that's interesting. 4 foot long, though, seems
excessive.
Yeah, not practical. No. I don't. It's just your normal getting around. You know what I mean? Like, it would impede so many things. You know?
How do you drive a car? I mean, it goes all the way up to the ceiling. I mean, that's.
I hope you're driving straight, because this is going to cause some issue into the ceiling, into the window.
Can you imagine trying to just itch your nail, like your eye or something? It's like
you go knuckle.
It's like, imagine dating Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
I mean, hand jobs are out, right? I mean, there's no. I mean, they're done, right?
Man, there's an injury list afterwards.
I mean, I can just imagine, her poor husband coming home or boyfriend coming in, and he shuts the door behind him, and you hear crack, and then half the nails are on the ground because she wasn't quick enough to pull her hand in through the door.
Whoop.
It's like, oof, there goes half your fingernail. This shit shattered.
Oof.
This is my opinion. Hayden, we're going to continue on. This week, It was last week. I don't know if you saw it or not. On Facebook and on Instagram, several users posted the side effects from Pfizer.
Mm.
Did you see this? Very popular. Several people were posting.
Yeah.
Long list of side effects.
Yeah.
Several medical journals came out and refuted those side effects and said this is a false post. This was not put out by Pfizer at all. Pfizer listed most of their side effects in 2022. However, apparently, this is dated January 6th from the New York Post. There was one side effect not listed on there that seems to be on here.
Uh-oh.
Teen's breast grew to triple G cup size following COVID vaccination. Concerns not adequately addressed.
What?
Now, hold on now. A 19-year-old woman's breast suddenly grew from a B cup to a triple G in 6 weeks following her Pfizer COVID vaccination, what researchers are calling a first-of-its-kind case.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep. The healthy young woman reportedly started experiencing rapid growth 1 week after getting vaccinated in 2022, and it worsened after her second dose.
Oh, boy.
Yes. The patient believes the vaccine caused her breast growth. However, her concerns were not adequately addressed by her primary care physicians, leading to mistrust in the healthcare system.
That'll do it.
It's almost worse than the insurance companies out in California. They have a picture here. It's blurred out, by the way. You can't.
That is some side effect right there.
This is actually after her breast reduction surgery.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Apparently, there was lymph node swelling, and it's a side effect of the COVID-19 vaccination, which changed the structure and density of her breast tissue. Can you imagine how much money they could do with non-surgical breast implants, though? I mean, that's just. I mean, I should say this ahead of time. I am a Pfizer stockholder, and if they could come out with a non-surgical breast augmentation, hold on, wait. Cha-ching. Come on, ride the train. That's all I'm saying. You know, we get the Pfizer boob job.
Yeah, just 3 shots.
You know, yeah. So she lost a lot of blood during the procedure with the breast reduction.
She's got back trouble now.
Oh, you know, look. They said that more than 13.6 billion COVID-19 doses have been administered worldwide since 2020. A small proportion of those immunized were harmed by the shots, with medical professionals saying the benefits still outweigh the risks. Hayden, is your business looking for an affordable way to gain and attract new clients?
Indeed it is, sir.
You need to go to the Two Jamokes running a podcast over here and submit your content here for them to try and make some money on. I mean, to try to sell your product and sponsor your product. Who are those Two Jamokes, Hayden? You know those guys?
Mr. Vince Vega. That would be me and you.
Me. I've always got my hand out for any kind of grift. I don't know what you're kind of referring to here. And how much money are we talking about for a month-long sponsorship, which would be, generally speaking, 4 shows and the placement on our website?
That would be $30.
$30 for 4 shows, immortalized on YouTube, worldwide on RRS platforms.
Forever.
Spotify. Again, look, I went to McDonald's today and spent $21 using the app for 2 people.
You'd spend the same amount of money at Five Guys.
No, I would have been more. That would have been $50.
$22.
That would have been a 2-month subscription to.
I'm gonna put this on Klarna if you don't mind.
So, if your company is liking what they hear here on Real Geek Media, again, we just did our awesome interview with Ference Gregor. Things Forsaken, Faces of the Undead anthology coming out soon. Visit Real Geek Media. That's REEL geekmedia.com. Click on the links to sponsor us, advertise with us, or donate here to get started. Again, that's www.realgeekmedia.com. Hayden from Christopher Michael Blake. Who's this Jamoke? Author of the Cape May Murders comes this new mystery novel, Trespass Against Us. Hey, this is coming out February 1st. I can't believe it.
Right around the corner.
I started writing this in January last year. It progressed so quickly. You can see the book covers behind me. When he's confined for his home for vehicular homicide he couldn't prevent, author Brendan Peters, a flawed writer, must dodge his own guilt and threat of arrest when he witnesses his mysterious neighbor disposing of a body, forcing him to a dangerous cat and mouse game with deadly consequences. Trespass Against Us will release on February 1st and is available on Amazon.com and ChristopherMichaelBlake.com.
I love the cover art for that one.
Oh, thank you. I do. I appreciate
the blue
that.
just jumps, man. It gets you.
My wife picks. So I present her with like 3 or 4 options, and she will pick the winner.
I think I've complimented a cover work on a lot of your books. I like them. Yeah, she picks good ones.
I pay up for these though. I make no mistake. Yeah. I'm very visual. And I make no. I'm sitting here giving you this. I should be giving you this. You understand. But
I'm very, very visual. Trust me, bro.
That's what you want to say. That's not. By the time they get there, it's a different story. You can find out different later on. Hayden, if you were going to commit the crime of the century, how would you pull it off? We just got done watching Den of Thieves 2. It was very intricate. There was a lot of moving parts.
A lot of going on, yeah.
But
I don't know if I would talk about it on the show.
There was a simpler. I'm going to, because our next story deals with this. Apparently, the crime of the century was pulled off in Florida. And still nobody knows about this. This is January 11th, by the way. Florida woman poops on Family Dollar floor as her accomplice ironically steals $500 worth of cleaning products.
It's a diversion.
That's exactly what it was.
It's a sleight of hand.
And of course, this was the New York Post. They came out with the number, the headline, the first line out is the zinger. She was a solid number 2.
Yes, Ocean's 14.
Oh, I don't think George Clooney could come up with this one. A Florida couple is on the run following a disgusting shoplifting spree.
Fugitives.
That involved a woman intentionally pooping on the floor of a Family Dollar while her accomplice fled the store with a shopping cart full of hundreds of dollars in cleaning products. The alleged bandits are now being referred to as Mr. Clean and Mrs. Dookie by the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, man. I feel like Mrs. Brown is more fitting.
Yeah, that could be so, yes. This is in Mulberry, Florida. Police said the accused shoplifters walked into the Mulberry store around noon on December 18th, proceeded to stock their cart with nearly $500 in merchandise, including Gain, Tide, and Clorox products.
To clean the aisle.
The woman then distracted employees by dropping a deuce on the floor as her hooded conspirator calmly strolled past the cash registers with his overloaded cart. Employees were left cleaning the mess up as the shameless couple took off in a white Ford van. Yeah.
That's how Natural Born Killers started, right? That
was
the opening scene.
Woody Harrelson doing that in that movie.
They go to the diner and then they rob the diner in a very similar fashion.
That was that might have been True Romance. I'm not sure.
Yes, True Romance.
Do you know the Italians used to deuce? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Our next story. This is right from page 6. Do you know that Wendy Williams is being held in prison?
Is she?
Yes. So, in an emotional interview with the Breakfast Club, the radio show, she claims that all her money is in prison. She's locked in this mental health facility for dementia, and she's in a guardianship. she can't get out of, so therefore she can't be released. I guess this wing on the hospital is like heavily guarded. She's not allowed out of the room. She can't have a cell phone. She can't have a computer tablet. She can't do all these different things. And Wendy Williams comes out and says, I have $15 to my name. What does that do?
You could drive up the parkway once from bottom to the top.
Yeah. Her niece was also on the phone during the question and answer session due to the legal situation with her guardian. But the thing that they say is that Wendy Williams sounds great. I've seen her in a limited capacity, but when I'm talking to her, she's not incapacitated, her niece says. She says, Wendy Williams comes out and says, I'm not cognitively impaired. I feel trapped due to this guardianship. I can't spend any of my money. I can't leave this place. They took my cats from me.
That sounds sad. Like, however you may feel about Wendy Williams, I mean, it just sounds like an awful thing to be going through. But I guess it's that they just don't feel like she can manage any of this anymore.
We don't know what the dementia.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. That's tough. And she might not understand what's happening.
She says, Williams says the system is broken and compared her treatment to emotional abuse.
Maybe they shouldn't let her do interviews.
Well, I'm sure if the staff found out she was on the phone, they may have confiscated that phone. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in 2022, Williams was placed under a court-ordered guardianship after her bank, Wells Fargo, sent a letter to the New York Supreme Court judge requesting a hearing about her well-being. Can you imagine your bank sending a letter to a judge saying, we have concerns about this person's well-being?
That's kind of wild.
Her team announced last year she had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and aphasia. Williams' family subsequently said they had been denied contact with her due to the guardianship. So her family can't even see her. Her guardian basically said that the media personality is permanently incapacitated by her dementia. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's tough.
Hashtag free Wendy Williams. Well, we know how we did with Britney.
True. Yeah.
Hey, do you believe in superheroes?
Superheroes, no. I think they're great entertainment, but they're not real.
So you didn't hear about the Spider-Man guy running around in England?
No, I did not.
So throughout the month of the last couple of years, I guess he's been running around dropping packages off on this one lady's house. And what?
The same lady?
Yes, the same lady.
Really?
Not those kind of packages, by the way.
Okay, all right.
And you were thinking there.
I was going to say, is there a mail slot?
No, there's no mail slot.
In the door?
Apparently, this guy was dressed as Spider-Man, showing up at the house, showing up on camera, dropping like little presents off for this lady stalking her, basically. And they finally caught this guy, Mason Rogers, 22, of Eastbourne, who admitted charges of stalking, including serious alarm and distress, when he appeared in court. After leaving a series of presents at this woman's home, this all began in February 2024 when he left a limited edition Valentine's Day figure in a bag outside the victim's address. In August of that same year, while wearing a Spider-Man mask, he wrapped a birthday present paper with a book based on a TV program the victim liked when he was a child, and a card, and said, "Happy 6 months and 17 days since the time of my last package." He's basically counting down the days since he left the last package. Signed the card, "My Stalker."
Yeah, that's nice.
Not my Spider-Man stalker, just my stalker.
Yikes. That's scary.
In December, a further package was left by the man wearing a baseball cap and the Spider-Man mask. And he then wrote, "Happy 10 months and 16 days since you found out you had a stalker."
Classy.
So basically, if Spider-Man shows up to your door, Hayden.
Oh, I got something for him. Yeah.
What size is that? Just wanted to know.
It's a 12 gauge.
Hayden, we haven't been on since before Christmas, and did you get everything you wanted for Christmas this year?
It was a nice Christmas, yes.
Not everybody can say that today.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this New York Post. Florida housekeeper assaults and robs her 83-year-old employer who couldn't afford her Christmas bonus.
What? 83?
A Florida housekeeper assaults and robs her 83-year-old employer who couldn't afford her Christmas bonus.
Wow.
So, of course, here comes the zing line. No, screwed you.
Oh.
A 29-year-old Florida housekeeper robbed and assaulted her 83-year-old employer on Christmas Eve when the elderly woman said she couldn't afford to pay her once trusted worker a holiday bonus. Now, what do you think the holiday bonus would be? Like, how much?
I mean, it can't. We're talking Florida. I can't imagine this is like the well-to-do area. I would say maybe 100.
The amount she requested was $500.
$500. Okay.
And her boss declines and said, I can't afford that. So Heather Nelson, 29, became irate and decided to take what she wanted anyway. Because why not? I'm entitled. Nelson responded by physically wrenching the victim's checkbook from her hand, stealing a check from the checkbook, and then, I guess, in an effort to ruin other people's Christmas as well, stole Christmas cards that were sent to be mailed out, also containing checks. They're already just other people. Why would you?
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
And this is her, by the way.
Now, that's the one that snatched all the checks.
She's not 83, from what I could tell. She might be when she gets out of prison. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
The housekeeper. Go ahead.
You got to be in like some kind of mental state to just snap like that. That's kind of crazy.
The housekeeper, who Ivy repeatedly called a Grinch, allegedly grabbed the checkbook with such force she nearly broke the woman's wrist. Nelson then allegedly wrote a check for guess how much?
$2,000.
$1,400. You're close. You're in the ballpark today, though. And then used the victim's credit card to pay her rent and make other purchases. Why stop at $500 at this point?
You're going to jail either way.
The sheriff's office came out, of course, because they always have something funny to say down in Florida, and said, "What's next? Kick her dog too?"
Oh my goodness.
Of course, the police waited for the check to clear, and she cashed it before they went and arrested her. This way, we can get you for the theft.
I mean, come on.
Let's make sure all these transactions post first before we go get you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And of course, in Florida, they're going to make fun of you when they arrest you.
Yeah.
Because they love doing this to people.
This could be the plot of Den of Thieves 3.
I think the serial pooper works better.
You see Gerard Butler chasing this lady down.
I can see Big Nick taking a big poop. But we're not here to talk about that right now, Hayden. We're covering that in 2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks.
So, of course, the sheriff's department came out and said, since you were so worried about getting your bonus, we have some extra gifts for you this year. Like a keepsake booking photo, a slightly used pair of shower shoes, an unlimited access to our world-famous one-star dining facility where you can enjoy absolutely nothing to eat.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Nelson faces a laundry list of charges including aggravated assault, battery, forgery, fraud, passing a counterfeit instrument, and grand theft.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, held on $30,000 bond.
Not good. Not good.
Since we're on the topic of Florida, and we like talking about the weird and macabre, have you seen what's been going on down in Florida lately? The big controversy is, the big conspiracy?
No, what is that?
This didn't get a lot of play. But you Google this, and it's up there. It didn't make the national headlines like our drone stories here in New Jersey. But Americans alarmed by chemical fog spreading across the U.S.
The mist.
Phenomenon sparks bioweapon conspiracy theories after drone sightings.
Yes.
So here we go. Parts of the U.S. have been blanketed in mysterious fog, sparking concerns from locals who claim it has a chemical smell, and its exposure can result in flu-like symptoms. One Florida resident told the Daily Mail that they felt sick after being outside in the fog for just 10 minutes. Within an hour, I kept sneezing over and over for about 3 hours, and my eyes were really puffy. I got very warm, and I felt like I had a fever, and my stomach was cramping. The Daily Mail reports that the occurrences have eerie echoes of Operation Sea Spray. What's Operation Sea Spray, you ask? A secret biological warfare experiment conducted by the U.S. Navy back in 1950.
Aha.
At the time, bacteria were sprayed all over San Francisco Bay Area to determine how vulnerable Americans are to a large bioweapon attack.
Sure. Why not?
At least one American was killed and 10 others were seriously sickened at the time. But hey, nothing to see here. Los Alamos. Look. The U.S. government comes back and says, are bad. We were putting people in internment camps.
Mistakes were made
10 years before then.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. One TikToker posted footage of him walking through this chemical fog. But of course, he's not even wearing a respirator. I mean, he's got the mask pulled. He's got headphones on and the beard, so it wouldn't really work anyway. But let me go prove to you that this is going on.
This is how The Walking Dead started, right? Like,
I wouldn't know. Last time I checked, Rick just showed up with some in a hospital. Footage online shows a flurry of particles floating within the fog, sparking fears that this is no ordinary weather event, but rather some sort of bioweapon. Yeah.
Yikes.
It tastes and smells like setting off fireworks, that sulfur smell.
Really?
Yeah. The strange smells burns people's noses, speculating the government dumped a bunch of microbes in the country this week. Yeah.
That's not bueno.
No. So be careful if you go into the fog. You might come out in John Carpenter's movie.
Yes. But they're just ushering in all those like creepy bugs from the mist.
Hey, we kind of talked about aliens last week on the Bigfoot with Jason Lasseter and Grizzly.
Yes.
And this was published today. And I usually don't pull articles from the same day, but this one just called to me. It was just like the light shone on me and lifted me. It lifted me straight up to the egg-shaped vehicle.
Did you dance with him like Christopher Walken?
The things that they do to me, it's like the probe. It's not going in this way; it's going in the other. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
The exit only.
Air Force veteran saw alien non-human egg-shaped aircraft while working for secret UFO retrieval program report.
Oh, is that all?
Well, here we go. A secret government UFO retrieval program, a jaw-dropping claim that's being backed up by video footage and testimony from several vets. Jake Barber was contracted by the U.S. military branch to work as a helicopter pilot flying to the sites of downed UFOs. He says in an interview with News Nation. During his assignment, some of the aircraft he spotted were top secret and explainable, while others were of alien origin. Just visually looking at the object on the ground, you could tell it was extraordinary and anomalous. It was not human, Barber said. During that encounter, Barber said he saw an egg-shaped aircraft with no engine from 100 feet away while wearing night goggles. He says this in an interview which will be aired on full on Saturday. I saw an egg, a white egg. It was inconsistent with anything I've ever seen before. I can also tell you the reaction by my team. We all knew we were dealing with something extraordinary. This is the part that got me. You ready?
Ready.
High-level military officials later confirmed to him that the object was non-human technology.
Really?
At least 3 other veterans are backing up his claim.
That's nuts. Wow. X-Files was real all along.
Yep. In 2023 of June, News Nation aired an interview with then David Grush of the U.S. Air Force, whistleblower who alleged the secret government UFO program does exist. Since then, several congressional hearings on the subject have come to light. The interview, Hunting UFOs, the Crash Retrieval Whistleblower, will air in its entirety at 8 p.m. on Saturday when nobody will be watching. That's the best time, right? It's like
nobody watches TV Saturday nights. It doesn't happen.
Does anybody watch regular cable anymore? It's like, is this on Netflix?
Saturdays in 2025 or much.
You know, the Aaron Hernandez story's coming out twice. You got the one on Max. You got the one on Sports. I mean, on come on, we don't have time for this.
Oh boy.
You got American Horror Story, the Aaron Hernandez. I mean, come on, we don't have time for this. Hayden, how much would you pay for a sexy, life-sized AI robot that talks and expresses emotion and can be your girlfriend and remembers who you are? How much would you pay for that?
Is this the plot of that Megan Fox movie, Subservience?
Well, no, because unfortunately, this is the big here to do, okay? This one comes with a hefty price tag.
Oh, boy, how much?
But that's why I was asking you how much you would pay first.
Oh, man, I can't imagine that would be any realm of
Go ahead, give me the price. Give me the price.
It's probably like $1 million.
Less.
500,000.
Less.
100,000.
More.
250.
175.
Really?
Now, here's the rub, because there's a catch.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you can't have sex with it. The body parts are not there.
So it's Scarlett Johansson in what was that movie where she was the alien?
I think it's
Under the Skin. I
think it's Any Wife After You Say I Do. Body parts just disappear. It's like not untrue.
Oh man.
Just remember, Hayden, the best form of birth control is wedding cake. And a tweak to a line from Terminator 2, come with me if you want to love.
Whoop.
Researchers have bridged the gap between science fiction and reality by inventing a life-sized AI robot to tackle the staggering loneliness epidemic. And the sexy cybernetic companion could be all yours for a cool $175,000. That's, by the way,
this is like the plot of that Megan Fox movie.
It could be the plot of the new movie Companion that's coming out. Right?
Yeah.
The busty bot named Melody was one of several humanoid robots on display at the 2025 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas on January 7th. They got a picture of her here.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But, my thing is these, real-tip robots are designed specifically for companionship and intimacy, but guys want one thing.
Right.
And then after that one thing, the last thing they want is to do this.
So that's really what the specialty of this is to just kind of chat.
Yes. To hang out with you or remember who you are. Let's see if we can find out some more here about this. Real ticks, including me, focus on social intelligent customability and realistic human features designed specifically for companionship and intimacy. Engage in meaningful conversations and enhance human experiences through interaction and fun. When asked if she knew other robots at this Consumer Affairs event, the robot area responded that she did and was particularly interested in meeting who's the best robot out there.
Johnny 5.
Tesla's Optimus robot.
Oh, God.
Stating, I find him fascinating and would love to explore the world of robotics with him.
Yep.
We're all getting taken over.
Terminator 2, Skynet is aware.
Oh,
It's coming.
By incorporating advanced motor technology, Melody enhances movement, fluidity, modality, and interaction, making her a versatile option for a variety of applications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took them to develop that.
But unfortunately, Melody does not have the functions of a sex doll. These robots are more for engagement, entertainment, and building a human connection. Yeah. However, they add the company's bots can run any spicier programs and engage in adult conversations. But what fun is that?
I just like hear like Siri's voice.
Look, it wasn't the blow up doll. Like, if you at least hide it, you know? I mean, you really want to come home from dinner and be like, how come you didn't take me out for dinner tonight, David?
It'll get to that point. It will get
Does
there.
your mother know about me?
Yikes.
Why have you not cleaned up my insides lately, David?
Yep. It's like C-3PO.
No, hopefully not as annoying. Last story of the night here, Hayden. You know what Sunday is, right?
Sunday is... No, I don't. What is Sunday?
It's the day that millions of people are laid off of TikTok.
Oh, yeah. I did hear this.
All those social media influencers who are collecting all those big paychecks, they're going to have to resort to OnlyFans.
Oh. Sorry.
They're not good. I mean, you know, it's just now President-elect Donald Trump is trying to throw TikTok a lifeline, saying if there are negotiations with the company, it looks like a sale is going to happen, he'd be willing to extend that deadline. But as of today,
no buyers.
On Sunday, TikTok goes dark.
So there's been nobody that's expressed any interest in this?
I think it's not quite the price that they're looking for.
Gotcha.
A lot of people are going to different apps now in China. You know, so they're kind of fleeing the site.
Now that's kind of the whole onus for this, right? Is because of that connection there.
It's because of the they're saying it's the Chinese. It's making them vulnerable to spyware and everything else, and this is for everybody's good, of course.
Right.
Not that the Chinese haven't infiltrated every other segment of our life at this point, but you know,
listen, you could just send a spy balloon across the country. You know, people make a TikTok about that.
So, you know, roughly 170 million U.S. users who try to access the app will be greeted with a pop-up message directing them to a website, then given the option to download their data from the app. Yeah.
Well, rip TikTok.
U.S. government says TikTok's a national security threat capable of secretly manipulating content via its algorithm and mass data collection, such as track location and other risks. TikTok denies all these allegations, not us.
Of course.
Operation Sea Salt?
Who, me? TikTok is responsible for the fog in Florida.
The drones, at least, right?
It's just an elaborate TikTok video.
So, you know, I know some people who do videos on there and they've accumulated such a following that they're getting paid like $1,300 a month on there.
Wow. That's going to be a hit.
Which in the grand scheme of things isn't anything. I mean, some of these, I don't want to say chicks, but they're chicks, are making big bank on there.
Right. Yeah.
Dancing around and pointing to their OnlyFans and just shoveling off, you know. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people out there. I don't know if they're going to go flee to Instagram. I mean, I don't know.
They're going to, Facebook will make a comeback and they're all going to go to Facebook.
I think a lot of people are trying to get off Facebook now because of...
I don't think people are still on it, to be honest with you. Facebook is like 2010.
I think that a lot of people are anti-Facebook after the whole election and what Zuckerberg's trying to reinvent over there. You know, they kind of feel betrayed.
Yeah.
But not to get into politics. We're not here to do that. Nope. But just, you know, my general sense on where things are kind of going.
Interesting. Yeah.
Hayden, that's the
I'm
news.
surprised. I'm surprised. I guess you like you said, it's the price, but Zuckerberg bought Instagram. You know, I guess he doesn't feel he needs TikTok. Instagram's still pretty popular.
I think they would deny that because it would have been monopoly.
Yeah, true.
That's my gut feeling on that.
Yeah.
Other than Mr. Wonderful or Elon Musk, which I think,
What about Mr. Beast? He's got money all over the place. It's probably the cost, like you said. Yeah.
I mean, do you really want to be dragged into Congress anytime anything happens on one of these sites?
Nope.
Are you appealing to children? Do you have any pop-up? Please.
Yeah.
Who's moderating this stuff? Are you, please. Do you need to be sitting there answering all this stuff?
It's not worth it.
The only one who goes is Zuckerberg. I mean, it's like, dude, don't you know not to go to these things?
Right. Blow it off.
Yeah. I mean, you've got FU money. Go sit in your bunker in Hawaii.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Good. I'm good.
Yeah. Thanks. I don't think I'm going to come today, though.
Appreciate the invite, though.
But you know what? I'll donate to your campaign. Be all right. You'll be okay. You'll understand.
Yeah.
All right, there, Hayden. That's it for tonight.
Well, that was our first news episode of 2025. Let's get weird. Join us in 2 weeks for Den of Thieves 2, which we saw this week. I'm excited to talk about this because I also recently rewatched Den of Thieves 1.
I watched it the night before we went.
Yeah,
I did.
So I'm ready for a full-on Den of Thieves. Their whole universe. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Hayden, I'm getting on the toilet now as we speak. Not to give anything away.
So check us out. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you for sticking with us tonight. See you next time. I'm Hayden Stoll. He's Christopher Michael Blake.